slow down. Yeah, let's all. Well, I always go like this. I go, hey guys, give it up for the last guy. What a bunch of energy, huh? I have kids, so that shit ain't gonna happen right now.
But that's a good one, dude.
You have to have a segue from anyone you follow. How do I bring it back to me?
Right.
But that's what a lot of comics don't get. They want to pretend like you didn't just happen, or anyone like that. Like, oh, that didn't just happen. See, like if you take if you take someone, let's say I don't have the same amount of originality for it. I'm not gonna name names, but Mike Mortori, who's great when he was Joey Coppovias originally. But so Mike is an energy where I might shit on Mike,
right? Because
you can. Because he said so many offensive things, because he just rattled off how he was going to spank a girl and put her in a cage, and people laugh because that's funny, I guess, And, no. But, I mean, like, he goes into crazy shit. And you can play off of that, picking on Mike, his size, everything. Like I said, the one thing I said I got to laugh over at Shamrock.
Okay, Mike.
So,
we're good?
Had a girl. We got together with a girl and had a 2.5 son.
We're good?
Yeah. Can you turn on your microphone?
Yeah, if I was live, by the way, I would be a little good.
Oh, you were.
You're on.
I am now.
Am I on?
Definitely.
Okay.
Very much.
Fucking rock and roll, baby. Rock and fucking roll. Are we live?
Yeah.
We're live right now.
We're live?
Okay. Let's see. What I like, Johnny, is I look like shit because you say we're live. How do you start like this, Johnny? This isn't the fucking start of a show. You're talking to Amanda still. She doesn't have a mic yet. You have her mic. She's not on yet.
Yeah, we went from just normal conversation to now you're on.
No, you had a mic.
That's right. You're there, Jim, right? This is bullshit. I can't be professional. Do I have intro music?
Yes. Maybe. No.
I would like intro. I'm not starting the fucking show till I have intro music.
Okay.
This is bullshit. I gotta hold my fucking microphone. This is how poor we are. People don't get it. Like we have created the Einberger podcast.
That was
We created the Einberger podcast to be independent, to be different. One of my inspirations was a gentleman I'm gonna have on the show soon. Hopefully, was Nipsey Hussle, who went straight independent. And I thought, you know what? I want to do my own shit. I want it to be the way I want it. What is that noise?
It's a damn phone.
That's your phone, Johnny?
Yeah. Phone call.
It's
I
not.
have my phone here. I don't know whose phone that is.
That's a terrible ring.
Oh, whose phone is that?
It's a phone with a dial on it.
Who's got a phone that old?
I don't know.
Is that your phone, Johnny? That's your motherfucking phone, isn't it?
You don't even
God
know.
damn it.
You don't even
How
know your
unprofessional.
ringtone.
Can we scoot the camera toward us, though? Because I'd like to be in on it. Like, I don't even know where we are. Are we live? Are we rolling now?
We are live.
So I haven't gotten intro music? Fuck my intro music.
Rolling it, though.
You know what? Yeah, you know what? Fuck my intro music. Hey, guys, I fought the law and I won. I fought I got to give myself intro music. Can someone hum for me?
Da 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 da. Da, 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 da,
Sounds like circus music right now.
That's what I gotta do, Johnny. You think the people on KFI do this shit? They fucking don't, because they got professional people doing the sound thing. They're not part of the fucking work we're doing.
On KFI?
Hey, at least the windows are keeping
My
the sun
God.
from outside.
You know what's pissing me off is this is the only way Johnny stays out of jail is I employ him. But this is bullshit. Oh my God, he's dropping shit. Okay, hey guys, can we scoot the camera up just a little so they can recognize us? Do we all fit in?
Possible? Is that possible?
Here, let's see.
It's on a.
You know what? Here's the thing.
Closer.
Here's the thing.
because
I'm gonna say this, and I don't mean this as like a misogynist or anything.
You want me to slump
Scoot
down?
the fuck over.
Okay.
Yeah. Now watch. Now get us three in here, Johnny. You got to learn to do this, buddy. Johnny's slowly working at this, man.
I love our
Bring it to
camera
us.
stabilization system.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we're here, Johnny. Now we're in. Okay. And then when Amanda comes on, then we're gonna move it. Yeah, it's like there's a whole setup. There's a whole setup. He's squatting over there like this is Sasquatch. You got a microphone here. This is your microphone till Amanda's on.
This is a professional camera here. So
we got some bullshit.
Oh no.
Okay.
Wait, did I?
It's a whole thing.
No.
There's a lot of shit going on.
I like girls who drink all their beer.
So
what is happening?
Here's the thing, Talmo. I got to go back to the text I sent you.
Yes.
To know what we're talking about.
Oh
tonight.
yes, I can pull that up too.
So I want to know Okay. I don't know, guys. If you're watching, I could tell you where to find it. But if you're fucking watching, you found it. Someone's gonna post shortly on where we're at. This is gonna get started kind of slow.
That's our tech guy.
I'm not blaming. This is the thing, Jim. It's like I swear to God, we're in fucking Hollywood. Like Jim's from Bakersfield.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though.
How's that $700 house?
Hey, you know what's not going on in Bakersfield,
Smell like
Johnny?
cow shit.
Fucking retarded ass sound guys not doing the fuck.
No,
I'm
guess
pretty
what?
sure they are.
It is.
Yeah.
It's happening there too.
I met a DJ from Bakersfield last week. He was.
He was the same way.
I'm sorry.
Did you guys did you meet on the bus?
No, I'm
Okay.
No, they've
So
been
here's the
screwing
thing.
around with
Okay.
sound equipment.
So here's the thing, guys. I want to introduce. This is Jim Trino. He's a amazing comic out of Bakersfield. He's got the energy of like a vial of meth, only he's clean.
Now,
And
what?
Yeah, and there's a whole story with Jim. Jim recently on his honeymoon. Jim's an absolute nut. He on his honeymoon, instead of going, on the normal sheepish Hawaii or this and that, Jim decides to have a party where they blow shit up for 4th of July.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but not fireworks like where the Chinese go, oh fuck, where they can pronounce R's because they're watching this shit. It's so crazy. And so Jim, does this whole thing. We're gonna get into that. Starting off though, and let's introduce Ryan.
Yes,
our
hi.
usual
Yeah, I'm
suspect,
always here.
Got myself,
That's
I'm Burger. We got Jim Trino here. Say hi. Jim's wife, who is that was their honeymoon, is over there. Lisa, you're gonna pop over in a minute and say hi.
Honeymoon was in the
and then we
burn
got
unit.
Johnny's on the work release program,
Thank
and
you.
we're trying to keep him out of
I'm
I'm
jail.
very happy to be out of prison.
So here, speaking of prison, here's what happened. Okay, in Atlanta, was it? No, I'm sorry, in Alabama, I think it was. I could be totally wrong. I gotta find this out. I should know my fucking facts. But here's the fact that
Claudia Jordan posted 2 Instagram videos in which she claimed that she and a musician, what's his name, Guini?
No. It's genuine. Genuine.
I've been drinking. I'm sorry.
Genuine.
It's genuine. But here's the thing. It's genuine. And Claudia Jordan are at a mall.
Auburn Mall in Alabama.
Now,
Yeah.
here's the thing. A lot of times, I do tend to think, shut up. Like, I get it. A lot of people are picked on in the world. We all have been followed. But in this case, they were specifically targeted for being black because the video showed white people going in and out without sunglasses. And the whole deal is they were told that they couldn't be in the mall without sunglasses.
Why?
Thank you. Or with sunglasses. They had to remove their sunglasses to stay in the mall.
What happened to no shirt, no shoes, no service?
Well, no, here's the thing. With black people, if you can't see their eyes, you don't know what's next. I don't fucking get it. I'm the same way, though. I mean, around my own house, I always tell my wife and my daughter, put on sunglasses. Not my white kids from the first marriage, but I'm like, hey, you two, take the sunglasses off. I need to see your eye. I don't get this shit. Here's the thing. Hey, white people, how about you fucking stop it?
It's us.
Like, how about, well, it isn't us. It's some of us. But here's the thing. How about we put a plan into action? Hey, guys, stop crying about all this, but let's stop doing all of it. Because they're crying about shit that's happening. This is real. Like, I'm not one of those people. I grew up in Pacoima. I'm one of those people who went like, hey, fuck everyone. I got called whitey, Jew, depending on who was saying it. So I'm not like real liberal. But it's come a time where, hey, white people, stop doing shit. Like, here's the thing. If a black person is in your store and you're worried, just let them steal. I mean, if that's the case, don't watch them. Just assume they're not going to. And then let them look like the asshole if they do. But let's stop for a minute and take a breath. That's my moment. That's my rant. Now, on to the story. Have you heard about this, Jim?
It cracks me up. Why aren't you worried about that investment broker in a suit who's been ripping off everybody? You never worry about that guy.
No.
You know what I mean? The suit walks out. No, he can't be doing anything. That dude just stole $500 million.
Yeah. We've talked about it 100 times. Barry Madoff
and Pimperstein, son of a bitch. Oh, it's Chucky. Hey, we're gonna put Chuck on speaker. It's very non-technical. But hey, Chuck, give us 1 second, buddy. Chuck Cole, our secret undercover. Chuck, you know what's funny, Jim? Is Chuck works for the government. We can't really say how, but Chuck's in pretty deep. Now, Jim is very, very, very fearful. Not fearful. Very.
On the opposite.
Yeah, of the government. But we're gonna get to talking to you in 1 second, Chuck. We just want to finish this thing. We're talking about what happened in I think it was Alabama,
Yes.
and it was with Claudia Jordan
Auburn Mall.
and Jenny Wieheim and
Gwynny.
Gwynny. But here's the thing, though: is the bodyguard? Everybody stayed calm. Nobody said anything wrong. The people, what they did was bullshit. And if no other white people have come out and said that is bullshit, I want to say that is bullshit. That is straight up racism. Every fucking security guard that had anything to do with it needs to be fired. The mall needs to rethink their shit and maybe be shut down. And any black people shopping there, kill yourself. Like, that's the thing.
The Auburn Mall, yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. So if you're at the Auburn Mall shopping and you're black, just kill yourself because you're the worst person.
Wait.
Because we already know they're being shitty to you.
So there was a racist security guard.
No. A racist agenda in the sense of they aren't the first this has happened
They
to.
had sunglasses on. Everybody
Yeah.
else has anybody else has
All
sunglasses.
the white people walking
Fine.
with sunglasses were rolling
This
through.
is Michigan, right?
No,
This is Alabama. This is
Wait,
come
so
on.
Alabama's being racist?
Don't you know what the fuck is going on? God damn it!
I'm
Tech
wondering
guys
how
are
this
so
is
damn
news.
busy.
It is because hey, old Susanna.
Yeah.
Don't you cry for me? I come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. No racists come with fucking banjos.
I'm just curious.
So,
Is dude still on the phone?
Chuck, you there, buddy?
I am here.
Hell yeah. Okay, so.
Let's involve him in this. He's on the phone waiting.
This is a minute, fucking Alabama.
Well, no, it's not even that. What I'm saying, though, is, like, here's the thing, is there's a lot of situations where people aren't right, but this isn't one of them. It's like what's been going on lately, and people do not understand it, that the media is showing something to create a race separation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Big.
I believe that. I believe what Chuck is believing.
I believe that 100%. I
Jim
think that's
believes
all
it?
they're showing.
That's what they want to show.
And what's sad is who wants to watch.
There was a headline. A black guy called 911 and he said there's people with guns breaking into his house, right? Cops show up, they see a guy outside the house and with a gun, and they tell him to drop the gun. Guy doesn't drop the gun. They end up shooting the guy, not fatally, but they ended up shooting him. And it ended up being the guy that called 911, but he didn't drop the gun. And he even admits, I should have dropped the gun when they told me to drop the gun. But the headline read, white cop shoots black man.
Yes.
Not cop shoots man with gun, ends up being, innocent or whatever. It was just white cop shoots black man.
Anthony Gray.
The race really doesn't have anything to do with it. All it had to do was the guy holding a gun.
Well, Anthony Gray, they constantly say, is that Anthony Gray? Am I saying this right?
Anthony Gray. Who you
Okay.
talking about? Who you talking
The
about?
guy who got killed recently, or got,
There's-
with the back thing.
Yeah,
he got in
oh.
the back of the car. So, okay, so
Anthony
Gray.
Michael, I think.
Whatever the hell it was.
Okay.
Okay.
Or Michael
What they said,
Anthony.
well, the reason I don't know his name for sure is because they kept saying riots
Freddie.
break out.
It's
Freddie
Freddie
Gray.
Gray.
Thank you, Freddie Gray.
Gray.
And riots break out over white cops beating black man. Riots break out over white cop, and we were talking about this, I think, last week.
Yeah.
And the fact is, though, riots broke out over Freddie Gray having his civil liberties destroyed and being killed, or
It was beyond. It was authority taking down a civilian. That's what it was.
yes, and proving and doing a bully move and
Yeah.
making power plays. And so, in that sense, what ends up happening is they try and make it a racial thing. They kept saying, black guy killed by a cop.
Yeah.
Black guy. But then they would go like this. Freddie Gray's funeral services will be, well, the dude had a name when you were saying black guy. He's not black guy. He's Freddie Gray.
Yeah.
His liberties were abused. Those cops need to go to jail. He was murdered, right?
Yeah.
So
It's fear mongering.
yeah, and so they're creating this separation because if for a minute we all get together, we outnumber them. So the second they let black people breathe and realize, hey, all of us are going through the same shit. Like I was harassed in South Central LA off of Crenshaw and Slauson the other day just for walking around there. Cops tried to harass me. I told them to fuck themselves, and they went off and did because they're idiots. But they went off and harassed some homeless guy. I told them, I said, they were like, what are you doing around? What does it matter? What does it matter? I go, you know what? I'm going to live in America and walk away from you. Bye. And they're like, keep walking. I go, don't worry. I fucking will. And then they turned and went and harassed a homeless dude, made him take off his shoes, do all the shit, got nothing on him, let him go. But that's what they do is here's the thing, and this is for Paul D's. I'm saying this 100%. We know that there is systematic destruction of generally young black males between 16 and 35, but it includes anyone else poor, where they pull you over, harass you, degrade you, dehumanize you, treat you like a dog, and then send you on your way because they knew there was nothing, but they know the next moment someone says boo to you, you're going to flip out, and then they get to arrest you.
Yeah.
They're creating crimes and creating criminals, and we know that. So all poor people, especially black people, realize they don't have a right to search you. Not even to pat you down unless there's probable cause, and there has to be some sort of suspicion if they pat you down.
Well, exactly the same thing with the DUI checkpoints.
Oh, yeah.
For all of what you believe that's doing good, it is still a violation of our ability to travel around this country without being questioned where we're going.
That's the thing, is because they're allowed to stop every single one of us, and it should only be based on suspicion.
The fact that they take that, if it's a real true sobriety checkpoint, you should make a quick look in the car, go, no one's drinking, let you go. But when I want your license and I want your registration, I want to say, have I been pulled over? And they get mad. What law have I broke?
Well,
Crack the window, hand them the license.
They do license and registration checkpoints. They got in a lot of trouble in Maywood. Other largely Latino communities.
Well, the second you fuck with Latin people out here, you get in trouble nowadays.
Well, yeah, don't fuck with the Latinos.
They're raising the minimum wage for who? Thank you.
Don't get me started on that.
Me and Ryan are now critically underpaid.
Chuck, tell your wife. Chuck's got a Mexican wife.
I want to be the first one to say I've spent the 90s awake. Truly, I did a lot of dope. I've been clean for a while.
It's good. Good for you.
But I'm the first one to tell you that I believe in having some sort of police force. I believe in good policing.
Yes,
but
they're
what
good
you
cops.
see going on right now,
there are good cops.
It's a bunch of
It's
bully
militarization. It's
no
martial
different
law.
than the gang initiations, just a little bit more formal with a little bit more paperwork.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And let's go out there and see who can whoop ass better. And
well, you know what it is? Blue is the leading gang color, and it's LAPD blue.
You know,
and that's the problem. Is they're the biggest gang in LA.
Militarization, though.
The what?
Right? A lot of people are like, our cops are being militarized. Look, they're carrying around M4s and blah blah blah. There's a reason that they have to carry around those M4s. If you guys remember the bank robbery
in North Hollywood,
several years back, where the cops did not have M4s and such. All they had were shotguns and handguns.
No-ho. It was a no-ho.
They show up to, and most cops didn't even have body armor. And they show up to this bank robbery.
Yeah, that's classic too.
By these two bank robbers.
Yeah.
Bank robbers have vests on. They got body armor on. They have M4s, with just freaking ammo out the ass and everything like that. And the cops had to go to a
gun store. Yeah.
Get M4s so they can come back and kill those bank robbers.
That's actually kind of funny.
And that's why you see all these, and that is a main reason right there, is because all these gangs and stuff like that actually have more weapons than the cops did. And that's why they have all these weapons and such.
Well, I will stand in one thing. Good training will outweigh firepower any day.
Yeah.
And any officer will tell you that. Stand and make your shot count. And you're right. That Hollywood shootout back in the 90s, you had two really actually dedicated individuals. And you're not going to stop those particular individuals. Those kind of people are out there. It's just like I said, if you got 1 in a million is a nut, there's 350 of them out there right now.
Well, and you know what?
And the fact that they're not doing anything is a testament to it's not as bad as they make it sound.
Well, here's the thing. We can end crime. We already know fucking how to end most crime in general. Okay, but here's the thing: is they're not stopping the production of guns. They're stopping the ability for citizens to have guns. Gang members will have tons of guns. Everyone will have tons of guns. It'll go on. The war is going to go on. The cops will keep going on with their war. And the only people who pay for it is citizens.
David, the problem isn't guns. It's the people. Now, before there was guns, there was still the violence. There was still crime. You know, they just used other things to do it. There's going to be those pieces of shit out there that are still going to create still going to do those crimes. Whether they have guns, knives, a crowbar, a bat, whatever, they're still going to do those crimes.
Yes. That's the thing. That's why we should all be allowed to carry guns like in Texas, which is, again,
I agree.
the only state that's going to survive. But listen, I don't want to jump on, but I really want to talk about the Louis C.K. thing.
Oh yeah,
I want to go from cops molesting us to Louis C.K. Promoting.
It was a great monologue.
Now, do you hear the things about it being stolen though?
Yeah, I heard about that too.
Oh, I'm out of this conversation because I didn't see it.
You didn't see it?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, you know, he hosted SNL, the last episode of the 40th season of SNL, and you know, when the comic, you know, hosts a show, they always do their little bit in the beginning.
Right,
So
monologue,
he did stand up.
No. What he did was brilliant. If it was his, if he stole it, I hope he fucking dies.
So
if he did it, it was his because people are saying he stole it.
So he played with he talked first he talked about the Palestinians and the
No, he started off. Oh, I didn't see that part.
he just talked about what's going on in the Middle East and how they're just all pussies and they're just like a bunch of high school kids and they just all throwing rocks at each other and they they can't get over it. I thought that was funny. And then he really got into was everyone got disgusted by racism. He talked about racism. I don't know if you but the pedophile.
Well, but this was the thing is he was so brilliant and he was saying how pedophilia must be so amazingly good.
Yeah,
like it's got to be so good because you're going to be an outcast. You're going to have to register with your
risk.
neighbors. So he went into this example. He said like he loves Almond Joy.
Yeah, it's just
but if he was going to get arrested for eating another Almond Joy, he'd fucking stop.
Yeah,
right.
How much better than Almond Joy must
a little boy
child molestation be?
Not to mention, your Almond Joy might grow up and hunt you down.
Well, that's the thing. But he was saying, he goes, how much better than Almond Joy must this be if they don't give it up? Like, I'd stop eating Almond Joy.
Yeah,
they don't quit.
I stopped eating
and it was
candy.
this brilliant thing. And again, I pray it was his because I'm a fan of his. But I pray it was his. It was genius. It's what comedy needs to be. It shouldn't all be like, you know, just like, it shouldn't just be bullshit. Yeah, it's got to get out there.
Comedy.
But
never gonna make everybody
was it
happy.
too much for syndicated TV?
No.
You know why?
No.
You know
it's
why?
Saturday Night Live,
Because
2015.
half the executives on syndicated TV and half the executives on all this shit are fucking kids.
Yeah. They're banging 15-year-olds in Malibu.
And that's why people are
came
offended.
out last year, right?
Yeah, people are offended because of all the bullshit going on. You know, people are offended because they're fucking kids.
I wrote a joke about that too because remember Sinead O'Connor ripped up the picture of the Pope in the 90s and everyone was offended. Everyone in America was offended.
Someone called it the most unfunniest thing they ever heard on Twitter.
Yeah, and it's like
heartaches for humanity.
How it's like, what did he actually say or do that offended you guys? Is everyone a rape victim all of a sudden?
Yeah, that's the thing. And you know what it is? If you're a rape victim, my thing is, if you're a rape victim, then you've been through it. You should be able to take a joke.
Yeah,
I mean, you took a unwanted fuck. You can't take a joke.
Wow.
You got past someone brutally fucking you. Right? I mean, that's what my dad always said. Joke them if they can't take a fuck, but
what? And if you really take it into it, if you slow down and think, there might be some pleasure in there if you just relax and enjoy the moment.
Well, you know, there was this one cholo. There was this one cholo at a party.
I blew myself up. I was sitting there. I looked up at my friend, and I even told him I'm sitting there with skin hanging off my arms. And I looked at him. I go, "This is kind of funny."
Yeah, because you got to be nuts about it, you know. But I mean, that's the thing is like, you know, Cholo told me one time, and I was at an old party in Pacoima with old friends, and I realized why I don't go. But this Cholo breaks out with. Well, here was the thing. He breaks out with this point, and he has a valid. I mean, to him, it was a valid point. He goes, you know what, eh? He goes, these fucking bitches, You know, talk about rape? That's bullshit, eh? Because a bitch got to get wet for you to get in, right? Like, so she enjoying it. Why is she getting wet? And I thought, yeah, that is a great argument, man. How
about that? Well, there was a politician that
That's why I always
you're
call
only
it
going to
lube.
get pregnant if you want it to happen. That guy was
Yeah,
whack.
yeah.
That guy's screwing something in the closet. Let me
they,
tell
they
you.
really believe that that's actually an old school, real belief.
yeah.
Within the medical community, that you cannot conceive without this hormone.
Yeah.
That is released
So you're
by
kind of
the
into
brain.
it. I hate people.
without
I really
being
hate
into
people.
it.
So that's when you
So
can
they-
turn to your kid and be like, bullshit, your mom was kind of into it or you wouldn't be here.
So in vitro fertilization would, got to get them turned on
Yeah.
before we inject this.
This is the
in
thing.
ya.
Your mom wanted it.
Yes,
Well, it's like your mom.
Yeah.
Your mom wanted it.
Good, let's fuck.
Well, you know what it is? It's like your mom wanted it, man. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Now, look, visiting hours are next week. Come back and see me. Hey, Chuck.
Thanks, Dad.
I love that you called in, man. How's everything going, buddy?
I'm just had my shoulder surgery, and so I'm just sitting around here and trying to get better.
Oh, yeah.
Chuck, it's cool. It reminds me of driving down here. You remind me like a male Siri.
Well, you know what's
Tell
funny?
me where to go.
Yeah.
It's like-
Well, you know what's funny is Chuck is like Jim Trino if Jim didn't do all the shit he did. You know, like Chuck is. If you met Chuck, you'd be like, oh shit, yeah. Yeah, if I would have followed like that straight path, fuck yeah, that would have been me. Because Jim. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing. And what time are we at? What are we at? 7:23. Oh, we're good. Okay, so I got to check time. But here, Jim. Okay, so Chuck, Jim got married to Lisa Trino now, and you guys got married last year.
Last year, 4th of July.
4th of July, they get married. Now, here's the significance: is one thing that Jim loves so much is blowing up things. Loves explosions. And Jim had his honeymoon. A lot of people go to Hawaii. A lot of people have sex with the person they married. Jim decided he wanted to blow Bakersfield up.
Who doesn't?
Who does?
Seriously.
That is why.
Well, it's hard to blow up something that's already kind of blown up.
Well,
you know what I
that's
mean?
why Jim married
Holocaust
Lisa,
out there.
because they are truly soulmates. And so Jim's plans is they have this huge honeymoon party, and they're blowing now. Now tell us about it, Jim.
It's oxygen acetylene, and the best thing about it is it's the best bang for the buck, people.
The Arabic translation.
The
is
most
boob.
expensive thing about it was those big 3-foot diameter balloons. That was the most
Yeah.
expensive thing. And you fill these up with just like the cutting mix.
Most
Fill it up with the
expensive
cutting
thing
mix.
was
No, kids, listen up.
35. Yeah.
Go down to your local welding supply
Yeah.
store.
But
buy
once
some
it's mixed, folks,
oxyacetylene.
remember one thing. It is looking for a reason to go off.
It is.
We're just creating revolutionaries, Truck. Just
It's
creating
17
revolutionaries. So go on.
kilojoules per
Yeah, but this,
mole.
everyone talks like this. Kids have been doing this. Everybody, you go to any kind of school that had a machine shop, and they were shown this trick by the teacher over the past 100 years. You know what I mean? And I took it just that step farther, and I've been doing it for a long time. And we've been having
Yeah, some of us didn't grow up in Metherfield, but go on.
Put it this way: we got one video where I set one up. I put in earplugs and put earplugs in her. Got a prescribed distance away,
Yep.
and we had the photographer set up in front of us.
yeah.
And I said, "Okay, you're going to have to hold that camera steady because when we get this going, that boom is going to come. It's going to want to blow the camera out of your hands.
Yeah.
But we want the picture of our hair flying forward in front of the blast. That was going to be our wedding picture." And I looked back, and it was Bert. I go, we have about 10 seconds. And I go, 10 seconds, start that camera. Tiki, 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 tiki. And even with all the warning, she still wasn't ready. It was all... What the hell was that?
Tell us about the explosion, though, because
Right now?
the what?
What was that, Chuck?
So is that the cops busted in right now?
Not yet.
No, the cops are coming.
yeah.
The cops are coming. That's coming.
Oh, it gets there because
The
it's
last
a
one...
tale of cunts.
You wouldn't believe this. The last one, it was the last one of the night. I actually ran out of gas on the last balloon. It was a 3-balloon theorem. I was setting it up. I had 2 people helping me, and we went out there, and I was getting ready to tape the last balloon onto the pole. I was right in it. And all you hear when something like that happens, you don't hear boom, you hear bing, that high-pitched ring. And next thing I know, I'm spun around. I'm on my knees. I'm looking at the ground, and my vision's coming back, and my hair's burned. I'm bleeding out my eyes, my nose, my shirt's been blown off. It's shredded, and people are standing in front of me going, and I can't hear. I'm all, fuck no, I'm not okay. It just blew up in my face. And
what was the first thing you said?
I think that was the first thing I said. Lisa, she was going, are you okay? And I looked at her, and I finally could hear it. I'm like, fuck no, it just went off in my face. And I looked, and I had skin hanging right here. I had thinned this. It had ripped the skin off.
Circumcised your arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had burnt my everything. And I'm sitting there, and it took a few minutes, but then I realized I started to get hot, and I could tell I'd taken a flash burn. And my hearing was gone. I blew out both eardrums. I can't even pronounce the
And you weren't alone in this.
No, there was 3 other people.
But now wait. Let me ask you a question. Nobody was forced to do this.
Nobody,
Okay, so
everybody,
everyone just participated.
this was
Everybody going, a bunch of men going, hey, I want to blow shit up. Hey, Tim Allen. Hey, Jed. Hey, Jed, we're going to blow shit up with Tim, man. We're all going over there. We're going to blow shit up. This is
I
great.
do this.
Yeah, we're all men.
Yeah.
very
I was
close.
the only man that got up and walked away
Yeah.
and went, I got to go to the doctor. Everybody else went, I didn't want that to happen. And neither did I.
Right. No, who would want people to blow up?
Right. And I spent my honeymoon in the burn unit. I mean, and then I had to pee. They wanted to give me a catheter. I go, I'm up. I will stand up and pee. You do not stick a hose in my dick hole. Sorry.
Wow.
Wow.
I do not. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Jim would
really
rather
the worst thing when you've got skin hanging off of you.
Oh, yeah.
Jim would rather piss fire than have a hose in his dick.
I got to tell you, though, I had to go through these process called hydrotherapies twice a day. Every 12 hours, they take all the bandages off and peel all the skin off you, scrub you down.
With water.
What?
They spray it off you, basically, right?
Yeah, and sponge.
Yeah.
They scrub it off.
Hey, you know what, Jim? What you're complaining about is what a lot of these Hollywood cunts go and pay good money for.
Yes.
Okay, you save money, Jim. You got a free
I did
facial.
like 10 years of it all in a quarter of a second.
You look so young.
Your skin looks beautiful.
Yeah, you look glowing.
This is last July 4th.
Yeah.
This was last July 4th.
You look fantastic. Hey, all you Hollywood cunts out there trying to look younger, blow yourself up.
The one that got me,
works.
though, the one that got me is I actually thought my wiener had passed the test. It didn't get through. And she
got
came in
burned.
on the second night, and I'm lying there with these nurses, and they're scrubbing me down. They go, here, you can wash.
Oh.
You can wash his lower half. And I'm sitting there, and she pulls off the towel, and she goes, because you're on this table. It looks like a torture chamber. It's a stainless steel table with these hoses and a mat.
And dicks aren't pretty to begin
And
with.
they scrub you off. And yeah, exactly. And she pulls at that, and she looks right up and goes, honey, it got you. I had like a 50-cent piece burn on my right testicle.
Yeah,
and
you're lucky,
going right
man.
up the side of the wiener.
You're lucky it didn't burn. Yeah, it did burn your dick. So it looked like an
And I'm
old.
not all that well endowed, so I cannot afford to burn any more of my dick off.
So it looked like an old Jewish guy that got burned. That's wicked, man. That is. Well, you know what? And then so now my understanding from what knowing you and knowing the whole story, you're doing Bakersfield a lot. There's people suing you. And now again, I don't want you to get into it, but I'm gonna say there's people that were involved in this suing Jim for being involved in it. Jim didn't do this at his house. This was somewhere else. Mm-hmm. Everybody was like, "Hey, let's blow shit up. It's Bakersfield. We're gonna do meth, or we're gonna blow shit up."
Invited to my wedding.
So they shouldn't even have been there. And Johnny hit the dark. We're dark. And I know we're there, but I feel like if I can't see me, I'm not into it.
Okay,
now your
I'm
fat
sorry.
fucking
Sorry.
head's blocking me. Okay, so these people show up uninvited, come to the thing, go, oh fuck, we want to be right next to it too. And I've always told Jim, you're fucking stupid, dude. That is, oh my god.
That's what their friends told them.
and everyone, and they knew going up there, you're going fucking buy gas and shit, and it's gonna blow up. And you know what happens when shit blows up? Stuff catches on fire. You probably shouldn't fucking be there if you don't want to be in it. So now these fucking people are suing you. And to me, it's not only bullshit, it's not only un-American, it's un-Bakersfieldian.
Oh, yeah.
Because you don't grow up in Bakersfield and sue someone else because you got blown up. everyone blows shit up in Bakersfield.
Exactly.
I tend to disagree, though. If you grow up in Bakersfield, you try to sue whoever you can as soon as possible.
Whoa! Yeah,
That's almost the new gold rush.
Yeah,
That's
you win
what it is,
you win
right?
$500-600. You got a new 3-bedroom home. That's not the point,
true.
though. It's the fact
And a
is-
sheep.
Yeah, but it's bullshit. And it's just fucked up, man. It's like, it's like when you get in the car with someone and they got no insurance and you know that shit when you get in and you're all party hardy and everyone's having fun and then they crash and then you personally sue them. Now, if they got insurance, I say sue the fuck out of them. I'm going to car and have back problems for the rest of my life.
Share with you.
But if they don't have insurance, yeah, you share. Hey, here's a kickback. But if they don't have insurance and it's like you're suing a person, nah, fuck no. You don't sue people. You don't fuck over people's lives.
Yeah.
But,
Well, they dug into the wrong person anyway, because what are you going to get? The sago palms out of the front yard?
yeah, can you really attach EBT?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I got shit, people.
right.
I mean, what are you going to
Dude,
get?
he lives in Bakersfield.
Yeah. Go
I mean,
on.
for fuck's sake, if you had any money to move to Fresno, it's
A Ford pickup with 380,000 miles on it.
when he got it.
When I got it, yeah.
So they're gonna end up getting like some fucking
Yes.
and debt.
And that.
Yeah, they can take on your debt.
It's
You know what
like
you win Jim's debt. Go fuck yourselves, people.
Yeah.
You don't go up next to fucking gasoline and people blowing shit up and then cry because you get burned. That's like me fucking hookers and being upset because I got chlamydia.
Bingo.
I could have used a condom.
Yes.
It doesn't feel the same.
You chose that.
That's
You
what my
chose
wife
that.
was like. Yeah, you fucking gave me a bitch. It felt good.
I mean, it's the clap. Come on.
I sue my co-defendants for not driving fast enough in the getaway.
Right? Yeah. We were robbing a bank. They didn't get away quick enough. I would have never got involved.
Got 5-year prison.
Yeah.
Not you. Can I sue you for?
I would have never got involved if I knew that freaking you were
yeah.
going to do that.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that one. I'm waiting for someone to try to sue God. Yeah.
Well, here. You want to know? You want to know where the world's at? I'll tell you this. What's the dude's name? I don't want to touch your leg, Johnny. But hey, Chuck, check this out. You're gonna love this too.
Is he still there?
What? Are you still there, Chucky? Nah, we lost Chuck. Okay.
Chuck's
That's all right. That's all right. We love Chuck though.
Siri and Chuck got
Chuck,
mad.
you know what? Chuck's like some CIA shit, man. He's
he
deep down. Yeah, Chuck.
And he shops while he talks about it.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
at the
Chuck-
grocery store. Just-
Chuck does some crazy he.
Group try to sue all the gay people
Who?
in lieu of God.
Who are we talking about?
Chick-fil-A?
There was a
Oh,
it
no.
might have been Chick-fil-A. It
No,
might
no.
have been.
Here's where we're at. Here's the
that
thing.
shit
Watch.
just
Check
gets
this out.
crazy.
They tried
Listen to
to
this. Anyone remember 10 Things I Hate About You?
Oh yeah.
Okay, stupid series, yeah.
That one kid that he started his own cult
Okay.
in Venice Beach.
Right?
Yeah.
And so he starts this whole thing. It's 10 Things I Hate About You. What the fuck's the
I
dude's
forget his name.
gotta
But I know
find it.
what you're
I gotta
talking
go
about.
somewhere.
But yes, I
Agent Will Salo.
Kirk Cameron?
Not Kirk Cameron.
No, what's the
No, Levette has a career.
What was his name?
He doesn't.
he's talented.
He's the
Yeah,
he's
no,
a
no.
kid.
The fuck is his name?
I'm being a nerd, but he was in Full House. He was in.
The thing is, he starts his own cult,
I don't
basically.
Yeah.
His
yeah.
own religion, whatever. They're not hurting anyone. They do this charity event, and DEA busts it up because they're selling alcohol.
Oh, yeah.
At a charity event, these son of a bitches are selling alcohol.
Well, you're supposed to have by donation only.
Well, now here's the thing. The alcohol they're selling is kombucha. The fermented tea.
Fermented tea.
That's bullshit. Come on, kombucha's
But
like
because there's
a
0.5% of alcohol got this dude's charity busted.
That's like when they fucking card me for fake beer. Some 22-year-old kid cards me for no duels. Like,
3 miles
are you fucking
away.
kidding me?
3 miles away, there's a crack house. Not busted.
Yeah.
So
100% crack.
Yeah, exactly. With that line of traffic coming in and
In and out.
That's a great question I can ask now. So all the comedy shows that are happening in LA that serve alcohol, let's say at a backyard show, and like, oh, it's $1 a beer.
Nope.
Yeah, that's
it's
it.
illegal.
It's illegal.
Yeah.
So if the cops come in,
They can raid them.
they can raid them.
But funny enough, apparently now if they're selling fermented tea, the cops can also. And this is good because I know there's not a lot for cops to do because crime is way down.
Yeah.
And they're doing their job and protecting us.
Well, they're running out of black men to shoot.
Well, they need to go after. They need to go back and
Well, that was the thing.
Newton for gravity because
Go back to East LA.
people right now.
What about East LA?
Well, no, East LA is fine. There's no crime.
And apparently,
Crime is done. In Beverly Hills.
When you buy a kombucha, I worked for
No,
a grocery
yeah.
store for 3
You
years.
can buy
I had
a kombucha.
I had a card for O'Doul's because technically that's alcohol
Yeah.
that's been cooked out.
Kombucha
But
comes under the radar.
I had a kombucha explode on me, and they made me work for the rest of my 6 hours.
It comes under
With
the
it
radar.
on my shirt.
Yeah.
People that drank in the parking lot, that's
Yeah.
okay too.
No,
Smoke weed in the
just-
parking lot, not okay.
Here's the thing.
You get fired.
You cannot have kombucha at a charity event for a religion that Christians are not okay with.
Yeah.
And that's a simple fact.
Wine.
So if this douchebag wants to come up with some bullshit religion like L. Ron Hubbard did and fuck a bunch of young women that don't get that he's not God, so what?
That's why Jesus isn't coming back because he
Yeah.
turned some water into wine and get busted for selling
That's the thing.
alcohol. to
Why would he
underage
want
kids.
to come back? Why would you want
They
to
do
come
the
back
same.
to this?
Oh, why would I come back to that?
Aquafina when they purchased it.
Exactly.
It's
He's looking
all
at my
tap
last
water.
24 hours on that planet sucked. I'm not coming back.
Jesus
I
is
went
not
to camp.
Jesus didn't
If I
exist.
went to camp and got fucked, I wouldn't go back. Jesus, that's the whole thing. Why would Jesus ever want to come back?
No one wants to come back.
It's like that's like saying, hey, you know who might want to come back is fucking Ramirez. Richard Ramirez might want to come back because it might go better this time. It's not fucking gonna. He's done. Jesus went, fuck you, Dad. That was bullshit. That was the worst summer job you ever got me. It was bullshit. I didn't want to study abroad. Okay, it was horrible.
There was a lot of
Pontius
opportunities
Pilate.
to have a flood. Right
Yeah.
about the first pin through my ankles would have been one of them.
That would have been great. You know how shitty it is to spend an Easter vacation like that?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, thanks, Dad. I was going to go to Palm Springs.
And that wasn't
see ass.
balsa wood they made me carry up the
Yeah.
hill. It was frickin' oak.
That was heavy. It was heavy, you know? God damn it, long hair sweating in my face. I'm breaking out. It's horrible for my complexion.
I know the best thing to ever come along to people, and we killed him.
Yeah.
We are awesome.
But we never.
The aliens are sitting
met
back
him.
in space going, do not land on Earth.
Well, that's what
and
Je-
don't let them off of that planet.
Well, that was Jesus' thing. He said, look, let's love one another and let's do all this and let's just like, we need to break the barriers and we need to let like people to understand that God is our soul and we got to love one another.
he
And
was-
people went, yes, you're right. We should create a religion that only is right and hates everyone else. And he's like, wait, no, that's not what I said at all.
But he was
it
only-
was love one another. It was accept one another.
He was only talking to one village, though.
Apparently, that's what happened. They went, you know what? They went,
remember that.
Well, that's what they said.
One little group of
You
people.
gotta remember the people that run the show. That
Yeah.
ultimately there's this group that they're
Oh,
the
yeah.
most anal retentive, weird control freaks. It's just like cussing. There's no such thing as a bad word. It's just a word.
It's a word. It's how you
It's a
take
word.
it.
And all
Lenny
it,
Bruce said,
really
yeah.
what the deal is if you got to use a vulgarity instead of some big giant sized piece of grammar, all right?
Sometimes
you
it
don't
works.
have the intelligence. You're not smart enough
Yeah.
to be one of us.
Hey.
It's a classification thing.
Yeah.
When actually, when you think about it, fuck, shit, those words work really well.
Well,
they
that's the
work
thing.
really good,
Yeah.
and they're a lot better than extreme. And they express
Right.
when people you say that they are some tweaker had to get a hold of it. And go, let's make a word that's really long and hard to say, and that's the word we're going to read.
Verbally, I was induced into a thing where I was treated with misconduct, and it's like, no, that motherfucker fucked me over. Done.
People listen.
Yeah, well, you know what? It was
People
Lenny
listen.
Bruce.
Okay,
Lenny
yeah.
Bruce said, he goes, son of a bitch and motherfucker. Son of a bitch, not as bad.